Buongiorno tutti, and welcome to Italian for Travelers, Vocabulary Week 3 in Milano. We're going to start with I numeri, numbers. Pretty straightforward. And what I'm going to do this time is I'm just going to count in Italian for you, start to finish, rather than doing my usual format of repeating the word twice and then the translation. All right? So, uno, due, tre, quattro, cinque, sei, sette, otto, nove, 10. I'll do 1 to 10 again. Uno, due, tre, quattro, cinque, sei, sette, otto, nove, 10. All right, moving on to the teens. Undici, dodici, tredici, quattordici, quindici, sedici, 17, 18, 19, 20. And again, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 to 30. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And now our 20, 30, 40, our 20s column. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Remember, this is just vocabulary. All of these are going to act just like 20, and we'll learn that in class. Next, we have cento. Cento is 100, like percent, or a cent, as in dollars and cents. Then you have duecento, and then you would have trecento, quattrocento, cinquecento, etc. So just the number, you're doing the twos column, and then 100. Duecento, trecento, etc. Mille. Mille is 1,000, just as in grazie mille. Mille is the only number that has this little oddity in that mille by itself is 1,000, but it has a plural form. So you have due mila, so that's one L, mila, due mila, tre mila, quattro mila, etc. And milione is a big mille. Milione is a million, right? So we have cento, duecento, mille, duemila, milione. Now I vestiti, and these require a little bit more explanation than I usually give. So let's get started. La camicia. La camicia is a button-down shirt, like a man's shirt, that style with the button and the collar. La camicetta, la camicetta, or little camicia, camicetta is a blouse. What constitutes a blouse? Well, these categories are not hard and fast. Does it count if it's made of t-shirt material? Does it need a collar? It depends. I pantaloni. I pantaloni are pants. Note that those are plural, just like in English. Then we have la giacca. La giacca is jacket. Um, my understanding is a giacca more specifically refers to a nice jacket, a sport coat, or a blazer. Il vestito means a dress or a two-piece suit. Either one is a vestito. And the plural you see up here is vestiti, clothes, like vestments or vest. Vestito is a dress or a suit. Now, in contrast to a giacca, we have il giubbotto. Il giubbotto. So this is a casual jacket. So a leather jacket would be a giubbotto. A ski jacket would be a giubbotto. The way I think of it is if you would wear it out to dinner or a job interview, it's a giacca. If you would wear it on a motorcycle or to shovel snow or rake leaves, it's a giubbotto. And the way I remember that is giacca sounds nice and giubbotto sounds maybe grubby. So if it gets grubby, it's a giubbotto. Then we have la costume da bagno. La costume da bagno is a bathing suit. Le scarpe. Le scarpe are shoes. La sciarpa. La sciarpa is scarf. And these are so easy to confuse. The way I remember it is sciarpa, despite sounding like sharp, is actually a nice soft sound. So I imagine a nice soft scarf. La sciarpa. But le scarpe, scarpe sounds like you scuff. So I think of scuffing my shoes on the ground, and that's a scuff sound, and that's how I remember. If you have a better way, let me know. Gli stivali are boots. I tacchi alti. I tacchi alti are high heels. Alti is an adjective, high or tall. Tacchi are heels. The dictionary form that you see in textbooks is le scarpe con i tacchi alti, the shoes with the high heels. And then all the Italian women I know just say, we call them I tacchi, heels. Next we have gli occhiali. Gli occhiali are glasses, or gli occhiali da sole. Gli occhiali da sole are sunglasses. Next, we have il maglione. Il maglione is a sweater. Continuing with vestiti, we have la maglietta. La maglietta is a t-shirt. La gonna. La gonna is a skirt. Sounds like gown, it's a skirt. L'impermeabile. L'impermeabile. It's impermeable, it's a raincoat. And la cravatta. La cravatta, direct from a cravat, is a necktie. And as a bonus, la farfalla. La farfalla is a bow tie. That literally means butterfly. And that's what we call butterfly pasta, is farfalle, butterflies. We have l'ombrello. L'ombrello is umbrella, from ombra, shadow. So it provides shade like a parasol. La borsa. La bursa is a purse or handbag. Um, like bursitis is an inflammation of the little like bags in your joints from the Latin. La bursa. Gli orecchini. Gli orecchini are earrings. And la cintura. La cintura is a belt because it cinches you. Cintura. La collana. La collana is a string of beads or pearls, that kind of necklace that has a string of things as opposed to a pendant. And it's interesting because it also means a series of books or like a series of magazines or anthologies. So it comes out in a series, just like the beads are in a sequence. And it can also mean a chain of hills or mountains. So I think that's rather lovely. It has that connotation in those different contexts. That is la collana. L'anello is a ring. L'anello is a ring. Um, I jeans. I jeans are jeans. And you will find a lot of clothes just use the English words. We have I jeans, il pullover, il trench for trench coat, e-leggings, and so on and so forth. That's pretty common. We have i sandali. I sandali are sandals. Il cappello. Il cappello is a hat, and it's with two P's. If it's one P, il cappello means a hair from your head. Il cappello. So just give it a little punchier on that P. Cappello. Il cappellino. Il cappellino is a cap. You can also call that il berretto. Il berretto, like a beret. So any kind of, like a baseball cap would be a cappellino or berretto, anything that we'd call a cap. And finally, la taglia. La taglia is the size. It literally means the cut from the verb tagliare, to cut. All right. Now, we have quite a few domande e risposte, questions and answers when it comes to shopping. The most important being quanto costa? Quanto costa? How much does it cost? Costa, it costs, and then you'd have your numbers or whatever. So, costa. Che numero porta? Che numero porta? Or you might hear che taglia ha. Che taglia ha. Both of these mean what size are you? What size do you wear? And you might you might hear this from someone who works at a shop. We also have the option of learning how to tell time and ask for time. So I do include this on this video, even though some classes elect not to do this part. So briefly, che ora è? Che ora è? Or che ore sono? Che ore sono? Both of these mean what time is it? They're both completely interchangeable. There's absolutely no difference between them in terms of formality, when you would ask, who you would ask, how you would answer. Absolutely no difference. They are intercambiabile, interchangeable. And to answer what time it is, you can say for 1 o'clock, midnight, and noon. Sono le for all other times. And then you would have the number. So that's part of the other video, or rather the other PowerPoint, and I'm just going to have this here really for the vocabulary. To ask what time something happens, a che ora? A che ora? At what hour? At what time? And you would respond a or alle, a mezzogiorno, a mezzanotte, at midnight or noon, alle due, alle tre, alle cinque. And again, this is just really more for pronunciation, and the explanation would be on the PowerPoint. Our bonus for Milano has a lot of adjectives, and these are quite fun. So, grande, grande is great or big. It can literally mean something really large. Or we can say something's great the way in English we say it's great. Oh, grande. Oh, great. That's wonderful. Then we have storico, storico, or storica, storica, historic. And it has a masculine and a feminine. Notice, and you'll see this throughout the rest of these, if it ends in this e, as in grande, that is both the masculine and the feminine form. But if it ends in o or a, that o is the masculine, a is the feminine. So just notice that pattern. Next, we have vecchio, vecchio, vecchia, vecchia. Both of these are old. Now, for people, it's more polite to use anziano, anziano, or anziana, anziana. So it's more like saying elderly as opposed to old. But things are old, buildings are old, people are anziano or anziana. Then we have nuovo, nuovo, and nuova. Nuova is new. But for people, we would call them young, not new. Giovane, giovane, like juvenile. Then we have bello, bello, or bella, bella. Both of these are beautiful, and Italians get so much mileage out of bello, bella. They always call things beautiful. Often we'd say that they're great. Kind of like the Brits say, oh, that's lovely. And they'd say, oh, che bello. Oh, how beautiful, to mean something's really good. The opposite is brutto, brutto, or brutta, brutta, ugly. And similarly, Italians will often call things brutto, not when they're literally ugly, like aesthetically displeasing, but when they're just bad. So, bad weather is brutto tempo, like it's ugly weather, it's nasty out. If somebody is behaving badly, they're cutting a brutta figura. They're making an ugly figure. They're not making a good impression, as opposed to a bella figura, which is to make a good impression or to behave well. And then next we have Italiano, Italiano, or Italiana, Italiana, Italian. Similarly, Americano, Americano, or Americana, Americana, American. And all the nationalities will be like this. Australiano, um, or cubano, for example. They're just adjectives like anything else. You could also have canadese, francese, cinese. Um, all those are adjectives you can look up. And next, colors. Giallo, giallo, or gialla, gialla, or both are yellow. Azzurro, azzurro, or azzurra, azzurra. Both of these are light blue. Now you'll note that in Italian, we have a separate word for light blue and dark blue. Very similarly to how in English we distinguish between red and dark red by calling or light red pink, right? So light blue is azzurro or azzurra. Dark blue is blue. And this is also one that doesn't change form. So masculine, feminine, whatever, it's blue. So azzurro or blue. Viola. Viola is purple. This also doesn't change. So viola is masculine or feminine. Marrone. Marrone is brown, like maroon. For hair or eyes, you usually say castani, chestnut, and we'll get into that in our Venice unit. Rosa. Rosa is pink. Notice that it's a z sound when it's one S in between two vowels. Rosa, rosa. But rosso, rosso, or rossa Rossa, a double S, sound is red. And rosso, rossa is a regular adjective that has the masculine and feminine. Rosa, like blue and viola, doesn't change. So rosa, pink. Rosso, rosa, red. Bianco, bianco, or bianca. Bianca are white. Nero, nero, or nera. Nera are black. And there we have it. So have fun, memorize those numbers, and I'll see you next week.